Welcome to another chapter of Top Healers. And today we're diverting away from pain and from everything. And we're getting into relationships. And today we have with us Divine Kika. Alexander Marianetti is a specialist about relationships and tantric sex. So for those of you who don't know what tantric sex, it's a really interesting subject that we should all explore some more. So welcome to the show and thanks for being with us. Divine, should I call you Divine Kika or Alexandra?
Yeah, my name is Divine Kika. Like, people know me as Divine Kika.
Okay.
For those of you that know me, I'm a #1 international bestseller. I've been doing this work for over almost 2 decades now. Just a little bit. And I've been helping men, women, and couples to create a relationship that is true feeling, a sexuality that is actually embracing the full potential of our sexuality. Because let's be frank, most of us don't live our full potential of love, sex, and intimacy. A lot of people that may be watching this right now are in a relationship that is either not fulfilling, looking for a relationship, or maybe just start a relationship, but there's ups and downs. There's these cycles of a lot of pain, and relationships, there is a study in Stanford that it's the greatest source of health, longevity, and happiness. So if we talk about all core of all relationships in your life, the relationship to your children, the relationship to your family, the relationship to your spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, or friends, it affects your well-being in every level. And that's why I'm here in the planet to help all of those relationships to thrive and you to create a love life, a life that you really love.
Excellent. You're doing a great job. Fantastic. I did have a question for you because I got divorced a couple of years ago, but I was married to the same woman and knew the same woman for 30 years. And, you go through your sexual habits as you're going through life. So in the beginning, it's all exciting when you're in a fresh relationship, but then you kind of go into this routine that continues and you go into the same way, take a shower, get into bed in the same position, and you kind of go off into the same routine. What can you do in your life and the relationship to break a routine and make it more ecstatic, let's say?
Ecstatic. First, let's say people that tend to be, so let's just get like some statistics here.
Okay.
Right? First thing, most marriages all around the world, when you choose to get married, it's because you're happy with somebody or you're excited about having a good life with this person for whatever reason, right? So chances are, 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
50-50. So the moment you put that ring or you make that commitment, it's a 50-50. You're either going to end up divorced and frustrated or divorced and happy in some cases, very rare. Or you're going to be in a relationship that is going to have ups and downs and deal with what's coming up, and you find some happiness. Studies show most people that stay married for a long period of time like that end up very unhappy. And it's sad, it's horrible.
It is.
Right? And these people who stay in relationships and they're, I'm the hero that is staying. Are they really happy staying in relationships? A lot of people that are in relationships, sadly, are not dealing with the ups and downs, with the discomfort. They're not having the hard conversations. They're not talking about the things that are not working. So what happens? Now we're going to sleep in separate rooms. Now we say goodnight, we turn around, we pray to God that they don't touch us. Or we are, the other side of this, we're sexually frustrated. Or you might be having sex, amazing sex, and you still end up not having the understanding, the love, the compassion. Maybe you don't feel like you're treated with the kindness you deserve. Or you don't feel seen, heard, understood. I did a study with a lot of my clients. I have somewhere a database of maybe 3,000 people that I asked this question, okay? And I asked, what do you need the most in relationship? And people gave me a lot of answers. The big thing that people wanted was seen, heard, understood. I want you to see me for who I am. I want you to understand what the fuck's going on with me. Forgive my French.
It's fine. It comes along with the territory.
And I want you to hear me. I want to have somebody that actually listen when I say something and actually take in what I say and not run stories in their head about whatever they want to hear or how frustrated they are or like they're not even present with me, right? So what is the first thing somebody that is in a relationship wants is freaking be present. I'm here. I'm seeing you for who you are. I'm not seeing you for who you were a decade ago, that you were late at home that night and I'm still frustrated about it. We never talked about it. So now I'm angry with you every day of my life unconsciously. Right? And then we shut off and those little things carry on and then your heart is heavy and then you go and then you go and then I'm out of here, right? When it's really bad, when it's like, or maybe you're putting like, are you putting your past behind you or are you carrying it all the time and everywhere you go, you're carrying this stuff, you put it in front of you. So everything everyone says and what's happening, you can't see because everything you're seeing, you're comparing with our past. So I'm an NLP practitioner, NLP coach, and I'm training positive psychology and I have so many different trainings. First and foremost, I'm a Tantra master. I'm a Reiki master. I am a master of energy. I'm a master in communication and compassionate communication. So, okay, when I combine all those things and I get in relationship and I try to relate and I go on dates, oh my God. And then I see the person was like, wow, this is all the patterns that I know for sure. Sorry, you didn't pass the date test or the phone call or whatever, right? Like, I don't want to sound arrogant, but then I've been there through the ups and downs of marriage. I've been perhaps where you are, where you were, like you get out of a divorce and then deeply sad and frustrated. You don't know how to continue. You try to go on dates. And then your heart's still recovering. It's being shattered in pieces.
Right.
It's a that. A divorce is a that. A relationship that is not working makes you die a little every day.
That's true. Yeah.
And people choose to stay because they're afraid of being alone.
People are afraid of change and being alone.
Yes. People are terrified of doing something different. Or sometimes they don't even know what different is anymore. Because now life has been such a tough journey that all this pain, these little pains that have been accumulated over the years, now they're scared and they just think, okay, this is as good as I can make it be. And then they don't make a leap of faith on something better. Until you change your neurology, until you change the neural pathways of pain that are in your body, in your mind, in your brain, literally. When you do some process in neurolinguistics, like when you do a process of like this study, is like literally one neural pathway is attached here.
Right.
When you do this process, it detaches, it goes to find another one, and then you start thinking and seeing things differently. Imagine what would happen, I'm sorry, if you just change all your anger, pain, frustration, guilt, and shame, and all your primary beliefs. If you were born with the perfect parents and you had the perfect life and the perfect relationship, how would you see your next beloved? How you see your partner? How you see your children? How you see anyone in your life? And that's where you ask me, how can you make a relationship work? You need to do your inner work. So your perception, your 11 million bits of information that are coming through your brain that you delete, distort, and generalize every second would change.
Okay. So you're talking about neuroplasticity, actually changing the pathways of the nervous system. Is there a quick way of doing it, or does it take a lot of work with guidance, with a mentor? How does it actually work? Can you take us through that?
There's many ways, right? There is many ways for healing. I love neurolinguistics because it's like a decision.
Okay.
And I take somebody through their timeline,
Mm-hmm.
and I go to the core of the decisions they made, and then they come back through looking through their entire life with their new decisions. So now the new perspective, and then they plant it in the future, and they bring that future image of them acting in the new belief, and then it comes back to the present. I love that. Does Reiki work? Yes. Does yoga work? Yes. Does Qigong work? Yes. Everything works a little bit.
Mm.
The thing is, you have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to feel the discomfort, not get attached to the discomfort, to the pain, to the depression and the sadness. The problem is people get a little bit sad, a little bit frustrated. They either get stuck in those patterns and their brain is looping into painful thoughts. And everybody knows what that means. And when you are in that, can you say, okay, I have a tear that needs to come out. The tear is like a sign of the nervous system releasing and healing. So now that is a change. Okay, but I don't need to cry a whole day, because if I cry an entire day about something, I'm imprinting the trauma deeper into my brain. Careful with that. So in Tantra, there's a thing that we say, get off it. Get off it. It's a decision, right? I'm okay. I've been crying for an hour. I'm done. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to change. I'm going to give my nervous system a break. I'm actually going to give my nervous system pleasure. That's when Tantra comes in. That you say a fast way to enlightenment, or to find bliss, or to find ecstasy. Master your sexuality. Master your pleasure. You don't need a partner to practice mastering your pleasure. Now, when you are in high states of pleasure and you put a new belief in, now that's a quick transformation. Now you're telling your body, your sensations, you smell, you're seeing, and your brain, a new message, boom, transformation happened. Now it's there.
So you're combining emotions at the top of your emotions, at the most extreme, at the climax, actually, combining in emotions with the mindset, with the vision.
Yeah. Now you said climax. In Tantra, we learn to stay in the state of orgasm. So it's right. Orgasm is not a destination. It's actually a place that you can stay. And people think,
no, the whole idea of tantric sex, as I learned, is to not ejaculate and not lose the physical chi, basically, because you lose a lot of energy, a lot of chi when you ejaculate. So you want to keep it inside and circulate it in the body and stay in that state for as long as which is incredibly hard. I mean, it takes practice.
Yes. And for that, if there's any man watching this right now and want to learn a little bit, I have a gift in my website. It's a little book that tells you the 10 stages of ejaculation control. It's a little book. It's a 1-hour read. It's very simple, but it will get you started on the path of mastering your body, mastering your sexual energy, mastering energy in your body, mastering pleasure. Great. Right? So you go to Divine, DIVINE, KIKA.com, download the little book called Ejaculation Control. It's not just ejaculation control.
I'll put a link on this video or down below.
Thank you. It is a way of actually learn the 10 stages of arousal and how to navigate through those.
Okay.
And what I say for the people, just I'm going to give you one quick tip on that, is 7 is heaven, 8 is great, 9 is too late. 10 ejaculating, 0 not aroused. Stay there. Now the book will tell you how.
Okay, fantastic. Because the whole point usually, is besides procreation, of course, but tantric sex is a little bit beyond, because it combines the spirit and sex together to reach a higher level, isn't it? Can you give us a whole idea about the philosophy of tantric sex and how it relates to body, soul, and the spirit?
So if we look into the word Tantra means weaving energy. So bringing earth energy with sky energy, weaving in perfect harmony in the body. Mm-hmm. Tantra is choosing with awareness what brings us joy. I'm going to say it again, because most people loop in life to do the right thing or to do this and that. choosing with awareness, consciously choosing what makes you happy, consciously choosing the path of bliss. And in the path of bliss, whatever is bliss for you, of course you're honoring everyone around. Of course you are being happy. Of course you're being a loving being and all those things, right? But more than anything, you master your pleasure, you master your energy. Now, Tantra includes mathematics and a lot of spiritual philosophies and all of that. But let's look at the physical aspect, the sexuality aspect, the thing that we do mostly, like when people hear Tantra, they think, ooh, great sex, great. But I would say great energy, high energy, mastering sexuality. What does that mean to you? Actually, people think that the potential of sex is so small. Like in people's mind, it's just, oh, let's just do it. Like it's a great fuck. Dogs and cats and all the animals, they can fuck. Right. We're human beings. We need love. We need connection. We need harmony. We need weaving. We need bliss. We need a higher space. Now, Tantric sex is connecting, feeling, weaving the layers of the subtle body, right? Like when if we kiss, let's say a Tantric kiss, we're sharing the secretions of the subtle body. So for the normal person that is here, what are they talking about, the subtle body? So you have you, and then you have your energy, and then there is those vibrations, and then there is juices. When we exchange liquids from our beings, we're exchanging our soul's vibration.
I believe that. Yeah.
When I say kiss me, I might be saying have a cup of my soul.
No, a kiss is definitely a bondage. It's a bonding, not a bondage. It's a bonding. That wasn't a Freudian slip. No, a kiss is definitely a bonding of two souls together. I can definitely connect with that. That's something that I feel really happens every time there's a kiss. It's very memorable, and the first kiss is always a special one, you know. Specifically, but definitely, yeah, a kiss will start the juices flowing and the energy flowing for sure.
Yeah, and then so when you're choosing to move this energy, and some people, and that's as long as you master your own energy, I might consciously choose to weave with this person, and then when I leave this connection and I go to my home or to my space back, and I carry a little bit of that person with me now, right? This is a concept that most people don't think about. That energy is now in my field. And I don't usually talk about it. I'm talking about it with you now, but this is not something I go on the stream about. But this is, if we're consciously connecting, who do we want to connect to? Who do we want to create with? And if you are in a relationship with somebody that you don't agree with, is this the highest place for you to be in? Start there, right? Consciously choosing who, when, what. And then for men, I don't say always do not ejaculate. What if when you ejaculate, you're actually sending a message to the universe? And I'm believing I'm talking to a more esoteric crowd here. I don't know. But if you actually would ejaculate with the purpose of repopulate the planet, like if each time you ejaculate, you could repopulate the entire earth, that much of energy. And if you visualize something you really want in your life, whatever it is, and now when you are riding that wave of bliss, expanding this bliss, if you're sending a message to the universe, this is what I want to create, this is what I'm consciously creating, would that change your perspective in sexuality?
For sure.
Because now it becomes sacred. Now it's become beautiful. Now it's a way to connect with divinity, whatever that is for you. Now it's a soul, it's you and divine, you and God. And now there's a whole new dimension to it, doesn't it? And for those people that don't believe in God, well, this is a lot of energy in your body. At least revitalize your body and get a little bit younger and more radiant and more rejuvenated. Yeah.
Yeah. So longevity, you're saying the less we ejaculate, the longer we live, the more we circulate our energy?
Here's the thing. If you are sexually repressed your whole life, your jaw is going to be tight, your organs is going to be tight, you're going to be a frustrated person. Is that person going to have longevity? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Right? So not ejaculating, flowing your sexual energy in a harmonized way. Do you need a partner? It's good to have a partner if it's a healthy relationship. If it's a draining relationship, then it's worse, right? So circulating your sexual energy in a healthy way, moving the energy through the body, allow it to expand to every cell in your body, moving it, not contraction. Because let's talk to the woman too. A lot of women, they start to feel hurt in the relationship and then they start to get contracted. And now they say, you know what, I don't need sex, because now they're so hurt. Right. That they don't want to put themselves through that again, that discussion, or that conversation, or that moment he wasn't aware, or blah, 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 or she. Then the hurt start to go here. And then if the heart's not open, the parts are not going to open.
Right.
It's just there, right? So how do we circulate and allow this energy to move through our bodies consciously and expand this vibration and move it with bliss and expand that bliss? Now, yes, that is longevity. Repressing the sexual energy and say, I'm just not going to even have it. That's worse, right? Because then you don't experience any bliss in your body and then you start contracting. So there is extremes, like not ejaculating, not being sexual at all, or moving your sexual energy with yourself. What if you could become your own very best lover? What if you could, with yourself, move your sexual energy, bring yourself to states of ecstasy, and then expand it and breathe, right? Which I teach. I also have a gift for that with my website. How do you expand your orgasmic power? Just go there and download it. I'll put the link below. It's 10 Tantric sex secrets for greater sex, love, and intimacy. But it's also to expand this energy, right? Right. What if you learn to expand, and then you expand and expand? What does that do to your brain? Now there is studies on it. It lights up all parts of your brain. Oh, whoa.
Right. You're alive. You're alive, basically. Even more.
Yeah, you're alive, healthy, vibrant, radiant.
Right.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Closing it, sharing it with in the wrong way, right? Carrying other people's vibration in your body. Now, as a woman, I would say, if a man is coming in my temple, he better be bringing flowers, incense, prayers, and devotion. If he's coming to my temple, and guys, this is why she says no most of the time, consciously or unconsciously. You're coming in, you had a frustrating day, you're tired, you just want to have sex to go to sleep, right? What is she unconsciously seeing? Is like, no, he's dumping all his stress, his frustrations, his lack of understanding of himself, and his, what are you bringing to her temple? When you go to a temple, what do you bring? Like you can cry and pray, but are you bringing devotion and love and trust? And like, what do you bring to this temple? Like, clear your space. Make a prayer, whatever rituals, just shower, let go of your day. Consciously say, I want to be a vessel of love right now. I want to love her so deeply that when I enter her, my love is going all the way to her heart and blossoming her heart open. And the heart open, and now we're both dancing in our hearts in this dance of love, and we're both expanding and loving. And now he's in my temple praying, and I'm receiving, and I'm delighted, and I hold him in, and I say yes to all his prayers. Because I held him in my prayer, in my temple, and I'm blessing him back, right? As the goddess.
Right.
So that's the potential that a lot of people don't see. And that's why the little conversations. I didn't like when. Can we do this different? Would you please? Oh, I really felt hurt by this. Can we try a different way? With sharing the
that's communication.
Key.
Communication is key always, yeah. definitely.
Yeah.
As you said before, to hear the other person, to listen to them. When you opened about your survey, your 3,000 people, you said it was listen and feel and hear them, right?
Yeah, seen, heard, and understood.
Being
Now,
heard and
here's
understood.
a little tip for that. Like, what am I feeling? Ask yourself. What am I needing? Ask yourself. Find the clarity within before you share with your partner. Before you vent and complain, and take a deep breath. What am I really feeling? Is this the present or is this my past?
Okay.
And then you tell yourself, this was that was then, this is now. That was then, this is now. What is now? What am I feeling? And then, what am I feeling? And then go deeper. What am I needing? Let's imagine a woman running around through the day, and then the kids are screaming, and the house is messy, and she's stressed, and she has to go to work and take the kids in the car. Da, da, da. She can take a deep breath. Whew, what am I feeling? Oh my gosh, I'm frustrated, I'm tired, I'm cranky. I'm exhausted right now. What am I needing? I need 5 minutes. I'm going to lock myself in the bathroom, and I'm going to breathe, and I'm going to wash my face. I'm going to reset. That's what I need right now. And then she goes to her partner, babe, I'm stressed. I need a reset. Can you watch the kids for 10 minutes? I'm just going to take a 10 minutes break so I can reset myself. I'm completely a mess right now.
Are you kidding me? It's the playoffs. I'm watching the game.
But just think if she comes and say, hey, I'm feeling this. I need this. Rather than she comes, you never watch the kids. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. Do you think, what is he going to respond?
Well, of course, he's going to contract. And
yeah. So I'm feeling this. I'm needing that. And that need is not a demand. And here is the key. It's not a demand. You must watch the kids. It is, would you please? And then if he says no, you're okay with that too.
Right.
And that's the difference between a demand and a request. And so, what am I feeling? What am I needing? Clear request. No demands. Hard to do. Possible.
It's not that easy, especially when you are in a relationship and there's so much baggage and dirty laundry and so many events in history that it's hard to just let go because people are stuck in their own position, aren't they?
Yes. So if you have too much dirty laundry, or if you have a little bit of laundry, what you need to do is get a coach and do the work and clean the house up before it gets to be a big mess and it's too late.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You need to, it's like you can take your vitamins and eat healthy, or you can go to the doctor and take like strong meds, right? What do you choose? It's the same thing with a coach. You got to do the work little by little.
Mm-hmm.
Get my book, read the book, get the book, go to the website, download the little gifts, get one session, get a breakthrough session, do something, move on, don't stay stuck, because if you are at home now and you're frustrated with something in your relationship and you say, but this is always happening and it's been now 5 years, 10 years, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It's happening because you, every time that is to deal with that, it's so painful that you say, tomorrow, I'm going to focus on work. I'm going to focus on the gym. I'm going to have a haircut. I'm going to have new makeup. Nobody wants to deal with this stuff. If you deal with this stuff, you create happiness long term.
Right.
And if your partner doesn't want to do the work, you say, well, I'm doing the work, but my partner doesn't want to do it. That's why people say, we're too old. It's too late. The kids are in the house. We don't have time for this. The life is happening. We don't have enough money. Anywhere you are, you make time for the things you want to make time for. We make time. You can wake up 1 hour earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You can make time for the things you want to make time for. And what you want to make time for is to create a happy life, to create connections, to create a home that is harmonized, that is happy, that is fulfilling. And if you don't put the time into that, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get what you're getting. And if you are trying to get something different, doing the same thing you're doing over and over again, you know everybody knows this is crazy, right? So we don't want to be crazy. We want to be good. We want to try. So if you're hearing this and you're in that position, I know it's hard. I know you might think, oh, there is no way out of this. My partner will never change. I want to share with you a beautiful story. Can I share a little?
Sure, absolutely. Please do.
That happened this week. I work with a couple that have been together 25 years from Australia. Beautiful couple. They live in a farm. They're just fantastic beings. She has been saying yes to him for 25 years when she did not want to have sex because he would get mad. He would get mad and angry and not talk to her for many days if she didn't. So she would do that as an obligation. Right. This woman tight and contracted and unhappy. So now he's cranky, they're fighting. They would go days without talking and they kept it going. So they were either not talking or she would have sex with him, feeling frustrated, not wanting it. And they kept it going. And now she was like on the way out of the door, right? So I got this couple to work with and I offered them my program, my 6 weeks program. And started working with her, and she said, oh, I don't think he will ever work with me. 2 weeks in, he comes in, he starts doing the work, he recommit to make her happy. Amazing. Yeah, and then he starts to see all the ways he was abusive in the relationship or that didn't work, and then she sees all the ways she was not communicating with him and telling her truth and contracting and running away, and the ways they both contract and go away. Right, in the relationship. Right. Now I'm with them and I'm having these 15 minutes phone calls and it's 1 hour coaching, and then like 6 weeks, they are excited about the new relationship. But usually I get a big transformation with people in 6 weeks, but for them it took 8 weeks. In 8 weeks, they rekindled the love, the passion in the relationship. He told me they're having the best sex he ever had in his entire life. Amazing. It brought me to tears because she said, I love my husband. I can say no and feel safe. And he's there for me. And we don't go one day without talking. We're hugging in the kitchen. And we're enjoying our lives for the first time. Amazing. You rekindled the relationship. That's fantastic. I get a little bit emotional because this is such I just graduated them yesterday, and that was just such a, I didn't think it was going to work on this one. This is too much pain. Like, she probably will never forgive him, and it did. And wow, that's fantastic. Amazing. What a life-changing story. Yeah, and that and many, many, many others that people think that people go on dates and they think that looking for the next person, that the next relationship. The truth is, if you don't do the work, you're going to carry, I cried a little, carry the same things through your next relationship. So you got to do the work. You got to do the difficult, got to clean the house. And if you're in a relationship and you don't know, there's a lot of people in that space where they are in a relationship and they go, I don't know if I should stay, if I should go. And they keep year after year being in that. Or now they may be to a point where like, okay, I had enough. I need to have a change, right? And you got to do the work and find out what's wrong here. Try to fix this thing that you're in right now. Try to make this work somehow. If in the end of trying to make it work, I tell my clients, if you at least try it, and you're gonna learn all the ways that you do wrong in relationship, that you allow other people to not treat you well, to say your yes, to say your no, to ask for what you want, to communicate clearly, to expand your sex, to make love in a way that is fulfilled, all of those things, right? You do the work, and end of 6 weeks, you say, well, I still think this is not my person. Then when you get out with that mentality. It's like, okay, I did everything I could to make this relationship work. And now when I go forward, I'm going strong, knowing that I can now create a relationship that works. Or it could be like this couple that had this miracle, and then they found that in 25 years ago, how beautiful that they could fall in love again. How beautiful, because imagine they start something new at that time, like how hard, right? Like they have history together. It's their person. You want that to work. Maybe it will work. I can't guarantee it will work. Right?
You
I
can
don't know.
guide them on the path. You can guide them on the path to do the right work and get back together. That's amazing. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, and that's so. Yeah, have any more questions for me?
No, I think we've covered a lot. And we mostly talked about men. What about women, though? Can you give one tip for a woman regarding orgasms or anything to improve?
Say yeses in your nose authentically. Is your no a fear or a habit?
Okay.
Huh? Ask for what you want in a loving way. Breathe.
Do what?
Breathe.
Breathe. Always
This is
important.
that women do. They get really close to orgasm and they're like, and then they stop. And then where's my orgasm? It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Do you know why it's gone? Because you didn't breathe.
You didn't breathe.
Exhale. You didn't exhale. And you didn't exhale with a sound. So this is for everybody. When you exhale with a sound, you expend pleasure. Kids at home? Oh, okay, whatever you need.
Let it out. Roar like a lion.
Expanding sound. So the 3 keys of Tantra: breath, movement, and sound. Right? And then we go through visualization. Start with the 3 keys: breath, movement, and sound. And ladies, if you want to expand your orgasmic power, you got to exhale and exhale with the sound. Remember to breathe. Remember to exhale. Remember to ask for what you want. Remember to, if he's grabbing you too hard, say, oh, can you just like slow down a little bit? Oh, I'm sad to say, you're never present with me. Ask for what you want. Don't complain about what you don't like. Big thing. Yeah, that's. See. I can go on and on with this, but this is, absolutely. 2 things that are key.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming on the show, Alexandra, and wish you to fix as many relationships as you can on your path. And help.
Bring them to their true selves, yeah? Like, right. We're not broken. Nobody's broken. We just need a little more awareness, that's all.
That's true. So true for all of us. Well, yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. I invite you to go to my website, Divine, DIVINEKIKA.com, and learn more. I also have an invitation for people. Thursdays, 9 a.m. Well, I don't know what time is it in Europe, but Canada time and California time.
California time.
So 8 p.m. 8 PST Pacific time.
Okay. Morning or evening?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. Okay.
Yeah, and then we have a show called Tantra Lounge on Roku TV, Jazz TV, Jazz FM. So if you go to my webpage, Divine Kika, on Facebook, or Divine Kika on YouTube, you can find it on Roku TV. And we have the show. It's all about tips like this of how to improve your relationship, how to improve your life.
Fantastic. Thanks for being on the show. And I'll see you when I'm in the Bay Area.
Yes, I look forward to meet you when you're around. Hopefully soon.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining this episode, and join us next week when we discuss another subject of fibromyalgia and how Hila, who had fibro since she was 3 years old, was able to overcome the disease, sickness, and get through and become a better, healthier person by doing some self-work. So join us next week to hear some more about that. See you next time.